Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the House of Moody Vintage podcast. This is episode 51. This is the birthday episode, even though it was literally a couple of days ago. Good to be back. I'm a year older now, man. 38 years, man. That's I mean, we're talking about 4 decades, dude. That just, it's kind of like it hit me, but then it's not like a big deal. Like, I don't feel 38. Honestly speaking, I've always felt young on my birthdays, whenever it is, whether I'm 28 or 38, whatever. I always feel much younger than I actually am. So when I was 28, I still felt 18. It's always like a 10-year gap, right? So my biological clock is 38, but like, you know what I mean? Like in my mind, in my heart, I'm like 28. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I got a couple more years left in my 20s. But I feel like I'm ready. Like the age thing isn't really a number. On my birthdays, I've never made a big deal out of my birthdays, but the age thing only comes into effect is when, I'm thinking about, when I'm nostalgic, I'm thinking about the 80s or the 90s, the early 2000s. That's when the shit hits me, like, oh my God, that was like, 20 plus years ago or 30 years, whatever, you know what I mean? But when it actually comes to my birthday, I'm just like, yo, man, age is just a number. You know what I'm saying? Got my Leonardo DiCaprio hat on, you know what I mean? Just kidding. If you're watching me on YouTube, you probably saw my face after that comment. No. I ain't trying to be like, I ain't no Leo, bro. I ain't no Leo. But listen, I had a great fucking birthday celebration. It was a great birthday weekend, going into the weekend. And it wasn't just me. I think a couple of my other friends really needed that weekend. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come out and say it. We was drinking all fucking day. 12 fucking hours of just nonstop celebrating. No, I mean, I don't mean like we drank nonstop. That's fucking insane. Have like alcohol poisoning. But as I've mentioned before, which by the way, my friends treated me the entire time, and I am incredibly stupidly grateful for that. For them to go out their way and like I said, they needed it as much as I did. Maybe, I don't know, maybe them more. But who am I to deny that? To deny my friends. They wanted to treat me. They wanted to make me feel special. While getting a lot of their own shit out of their system. Like I said, we're going through a little transitional phase right now this year, and we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Usually this, it's stable, but now there's a lot of things that are not lined up, and it's kind of unpredictable, so we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Anyway, so we went to boozy brunch, at Bardo. Holler at Bardo. Shout out to Bardo. Or Bardo, however you want to say it if you're from France. So we went to Bardo and had our, open flow, free flow, booze, mimosa after mimosa. I don't know how many mimosas we had, some more than others. But we went out, we took advantage of those 2 hours for sure. Frequent trips to I probably went to go to the restroom 3 or 4 times total to go pee, just to reload. But from there, I had the little, they surprised me with a little cake, nice little cute cake, and that's on Instagram. So if you've seen it, you've probably already seen it already. And then from there we went to my friend's house, and we drank more there, hung out, by his pool. We drunk there, in our little tumblers, you know what I mean? Because you're not allowed to have alcohol near the pool. Anyways, don't tell nobody. Shh, keep it on down low. Not like R. Kelly. That's nasty. We ain't trying to piss on nobody. I'm sorry. I didn't want to give you that image in your head. Anyways, so yeah, we drank there. It was more drinking there. Then we went to our other friend's house. Guess what we did there? We ate, of course. We had food. It was so overwhelmingly sweet and nice because, number one, these are people I love and care for, and to spend my birthday with them meant a lot. You know what I mean? And but like I said, so we went to a friend's house and had Bangla food, because that's how us Bangladeshis roll. Like, like that's like, it's just it's fulfilling, you know what I mean? Like, we feel complete when we have Bengali food, because we I have my day-to-day everyday like the food that I have on a daily basis is Thai food, like straight up. I fucking love Thai food, so I would never get tired of it. But there are times where you want to go back to your roots. You know what I mean? And when you have friends who are amazing fucking cooks and they make amazing Bangladeshi food, obviously you're gonna take advantage of it. So we all went there, we all enjoyed it, and guess what? We drank more wine and we just kept drinking. They waited till midnight. We chilled, wait till midnight. I blew out another candle. It's the second candle of the night. And can I be honest with you? It was the same damn wish 3 times. I blew out the candle 3 times. One last one, which is actually on my birthday. I'll get to that in a bit. But now this happened over Saturday, right? Saturday's the 18th, February 18th. My birthday's on the 19th, February 19th, which was on Sunday. But, we wanted to get all the celebration and, going wild and drinking and shit out of the way. So that was Saturday. And so I blew out the candle twice. Oh, no, technically, since it was midnight, I blew out the candle twice on my birthday. Okay, all right. So correction there, my bad. So midnight, we waited till midnight. Another little beautiful, little delicious, dense, dark chocolate cupcake with a candle. Blew that out, same fucking wish. Cause I want this wish bad. Like, y'all don't know. I have never made a big deal out of my birthday. Never. In my 38 years of living, never. Even this year, I was like, nah, I don't want to do nothing. And my friends are like, you shut the fuck up. You're gonna celebrate this shit. You have no choice. You're doing it. So you can tell. You can ask my friends. They're witnesses. I don't make a big deal on my birthday. I'm like, I don't really care for it. But my ideal birthday hangout is literally just fucking chilling with my friends. Same thing as I mentioned many, many times before. The best times in life, the most beautiful moments in life for me is around great food, drinks, and even better company. Those are the most beautiful moments for me. And the beauty of that is that I get to relive that over and over again. There's new moments. You know what I mean? It's never exactly the same. The setting is the same, right? I guess the premise of the story is the same, but the narration is different, right? The discussion, the dialogue is different. The feelings are also might be a little different, different types of energy and different vibes. But I get to relive that. I think that is such that's just the beauty of my favorite, most beautiful moments in life. So I'm incredibly blessed to have gone through that. So thank goodness for that. Very grateful. So, and then the day after, hung out again, went over to my friend's house. We chilled again, had some great food and usual. No drinks this time. No drinking, no weed on Sunday because we was, I did too much on Saturday. But something interesting happened. Something, I don't want to call it interesting. I think it was like more, I had an encounter. It was a very strange encounter. I wish it didn't happen. It's kind of weird. Kind of threw me off, because especially when you're I was already I was in my birthday mode, right? That was my mindset. I was in the birthday mode. Wow, I just lisped it. Is that my phone? Why is my phone ringing? My apologies. I thought I turned that thing off. Anyways, my bad. Sorry. Apologies for that. I personally, I was in that mode. All my friends we're all lit. Okay. We drank a lot. We lit. So after midnight, we're like, all right, let's go to the club. And I was very reluctant to go to the club. I was like, man, we're going to be there for 10 minutes. That's it. I'm giving y'all 10 minutes. That's it. Ended up dancing for 2 fucking hours. Anyways, that's what usually happens. We went to Sing Sing. Okay. God damn it. We went to fucking Sing Sing again. God damn it. Anyways, the music was dope. I'm not gonna lie. It was a vibe. Otherwise, I wouldn't be there dancing for fucking 2 hours. But I was there with my friends. We're chilling, whatever. We're all fucking lit. We walk in. One of our friends just fucking beelines it to the front of the DJ because that's what we do. We're lit. All of us are fucking, we tipsy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Were we drunk? I wouldn't call it drunk because we were drunk earlier in the day, but we were tipsy as fuck. So what do we usually do when we go to the club? Go in front of the DJ, start dancing. That's us. That's our spot. We go to the front and just fucking dance in front of the DJ, right? That was a thing. And before getting there, so one of my friends beelines it. He's there. We're trying to go after him, see where he is, whatever. Took a little breather before we actually gone onto the dance floor and then, did our thing, whatever. Some dude, I, he kind of looked familiar, not really. Like I've seen his face before. I don't know. I don't know him. Okay, I don't know him. He's a fellow countryman, and I had the weirdest reaction. This is something I've never done in my 38 years of living. Okay, this was really weird. And I don't know why I did that. Maybe again, I'm giving you guys the context because it was my birthday. I was in my birthday mode. We're all tipsy. We're all, we're vibing on energy and, we're loving the music. We're like, yo, we're at the club. We just want to fucking dance. I don't be fucking talking to nobody. I just want to dance, like don't bother me in it. You know what I mean? So we get there. Homeboy comes over to me and he goes, just out of nowhere, catches me off guard. And he goes, hey, are you from Bangladesh? And I'm like, fuck, man. What? I don't want this right now. I don't want to hear the word. You know what I mean? Like, and never in my life, like I said, never in my life have I ever said any other answer besides, yeah, I'm from Bangladesh. Okay. I lied to the motherfucker. I straight up lied to him. Like, nothing against this dude. I'm sure he was on something. He was either drunk or he was on something, right? You can tell. So, I'm not going to fucking shit on somebody's, that's you having fun, I'm not going to shit on your vibe or whatever. But I don't want that type of energy around me. You know what I mean? And it got weird because homeboy, he could be listening to this or he could be watching this. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. Again, nothing personal, whatever, but I just don't want that type of energy around me at that particular time. So homeboy asked me if I'm from Bangladesh and I'm like, fuck, man. Nah, I lied. And I said, I'm from California. And he goes, what? He got confused a little bit. He's like, no, man, I seen you. YouTube, man. YouTube. I seen you on YouTube. And he didn't talk like that, obviously. It was, he wasn't hood about it. He's like, yeah, I seen you on YouTube. Yeah. You're Bangladeshi, man. I've seen you Bangladesh. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't even like confirm it. I just like, nah, yeah, I'm from California, bro. Like, which technically is not a lie, but never have I ever, no matter who it is from where I am in the world, anybody asks me, yo, where are you from? I always say I'm from Bangladesh. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm originally from Bangladesh. I grew up in California. That's, that's just what it is. That's the truth, right? This dude, I didn't want any part of him. I'm like, my guy, I don't want to hear this. You know what I mean? So I sort of lied to him. And then he looks at my friend and looks at me and goes, oh, is that your girl? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are we having a conversation right now, dude? You know what I mean? I'm like, man, no, this, she's my friend, right? So I'm like, I'm my friend, I'm just like trying to like skip. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm just like walking off. I look over my shoulder and then he proceeds to talk to my friend, ask her, if she's single and all this stuff. And she's like, oh my God, she got trapped in that. She don't want to be hearing that shit. So I look over my shoulder. She gives me a look and I'm like, oh, okay, it's one of them. All right. So I go over, I take her hand. I take her hand. I'm like, yo, let's go. And then he's like, oh, my bad. Oh, you with him? Oh, I didn't know you with him. He was just doing I don't know. There are some guys who do that in the club, whatever. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to shit on nobody. That's your thing, whatever. But again, that's not the type of energy I want. You know what I mean? So later on, my friend told me what the dude was saying and stuff like that. I was like, oh my God, like, I don't want that. It killed my buzz. I don't want to kill my buzz. Apart from, as usual at Sing Sing, the dance floor gets a little crowded and there's some dummies out there who bring their drinks to the fucking dance floor. I probably had 3 or 4 times people, this is in one night in that, when we were at the club, spilled their drinks on me a couple of times. I hate that shit. I fucking hate that shit. And there's one other dude who's obnoxious, kept bumping into me and my friends. And I'm just like, man, come on, man. How do y'all do that? Like, some of y'all shouldn't be allowed on the fucking dance floor. You know what I mean? Also, why do the club, the people who are in charge of the club, like, why y'all letting people get on the fucking dance floor with their drinks, dude? Like, unless it's water, I'm cool with water. But, like, drinks and shit, they're in glasses. They're not in fucking plastic cups on top of that, right? So not only they're spilling, but people drop shit. And there's glasses shatter on the floor, and it happens all the time. It happens all the fucking time. That to me is it's a hassle to me. And the security guy, or guys, I should say, the bunch of security guys, right? It makes their jobs even fucking harder, because number one, their priority is like keeping everyone safe and, looking, just, it's security, but when someone drops some shit or, doing dumb shit and they have to be like, yo, man, come on. They have to navigate. They have to call the cleaning people to clean the shit up and whatever. It's just too much, man. It's just too much hassle. I don't know why clubs do that. Like clubs should be like, no fucking drinks on the dance floor. Don't fucking do it. There's other places. There's literally tables here around here. Keep that shit at the fucking tables. Okay? I'm sorry. I get a little anal about the dance floor because it's like, yo, it's just, it's a dance floor. You should be dancing. You know what I mean? Fuck, man. And stop bumping into people and shit. It's so dumb. Anyways. Whew, had a vent there for a second. Apologies. I just, don't kill my buzz, man. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. You know what I mean? So I didn't like that. I got to be honest with you. I didn't like the fact that I got recognized by some dude from Bangladesh, just weird and trying to be weird and pervy, kind of. I don't know. He's trying to hook up with somebody. People do that all the time. Like I said, I'm not going to shit on him, whatever. If you're watching this, dude, yeah, just, just know your surroundings. I ain't trying to get recognized. Unless I personally know you, just, you know what I mean? It's different. It's different. If it was anywhere else, if it was like a restaurant, a cafe, whatever, I probably would have been like, yeah, from Bangladesh. I would have entertained the conversation. But homeboy didn't even know my name. So it's like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Anyways, besides the point. But yeah, this is just dumb. I will tell you though, when it's your birthday, you tend to reflect on a lot of things, and I get hella nostalgic, and I've been nostalgic all fucking weekend. I'm just going back to, 90s hits, early 2000 hits. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't make a big deal out of my birthday, but I will do this on my 40th birthday, which by the way is 2 years from now. Holy shit. When I hit the big 4-0, I'm having a fucking party. And I tell you, I don't care where the fuck I am. Hopefully it's around, my close circle, my very close friends, but also not my close friends. I want to make it like a proper party, right? But this is what I know I want to have, okay? And I'm gonna make sure the DJ knows his or her shit, okay? I'm gonna play nothing but 80s, 90s, and early 2000s music. 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, okay? Hip hop, R&B, pop, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Rap, whatever, right? From the 80s, 90s, definitely the motherfucking 90s, okay? And early 2000s. That's all, and everybody can, and I'm not going to be all like annoying about it. Everyone can go up to the DJ and, request a song because everybody's going to be feeling nostalgic. Like, yo, can I listen to this? Can I listen? That's all it's going to be. I want music from those 3 decades. Early 2000s, not like maybe, no, okay, the 2000s. Why the fuck not? All right, let's put the 2000s, all right? So those 3 decades, okay? Because that's basically like, yeah, it is what it is. It's 2023 now. We're in a different decade, but early 2000s, 90s, 80s music, that's going to happen. That's going to be my motherfucking party. And it's going to be like, what I'm going to have? I don't care where the location is going to be, but it's going to be set up like a house party because those are my favorites. I grew up with fucking house parties throughout the 90s. You know what I mean? So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be an R&B or just a hip hop vibe. It could be a pop. I love pop music. So it's going to be hip hop and pop. Just the whole culture and all the stuff that happened, that was so influential, impactful in my life, but also to future generations, you know what I mean? And the 90s pretty much, I love the 90s. It's my favorite decade. So that's going to happen. That's going to fucking happen. I'm done. I'm serious about that. I'm dead serious. So, we're going to be drinking, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be, rolling up them joints, you know what I'm saying? And enjoying it, enjoy ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Just feeling the vibe, that's the energy. That's gonna be the energy in my 40th, you know what I mean? And hopefully I'll have all the fly dudes and the fly honeys, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna be my 40th. You feel me? That's how I'm gonna do my 40th. Anyway, so with that said, with all the fly honeys out there, let's get into the entertainment segment of the podcast. So I'm not guilty. There's no such thing as guilty pleasures. If you like something, you like something, right? And because of certain people in my life, I'm watching these reality TV shows. Okay, and because of them, I don't know. It's just because it's stupid TV, right? It's content where you can just turn your brain off, and we need that, especially when you're an adult and you have a lot of shit to deal with. You're like juggling so many different things, so many different responsibilities, right? So you look for things to just turn it off. Just turn that shit off in your brain. And Netflix came out with The Perfect Match, right? If you haven't seen this Perfect Match, I saw the first 4 episodes. I think the next set, I think there's 3 sets, I believe, of 4 episodes. So I saw the first 4. I guess today is the other 4. And I'm just gonna see, it's so basically they've gathered men and women from other dating shows and or other shows on Netflix, original Netflix shows, and then put them together here. It's another dating thing, and again, it's hosted by Nick Lachey. I was making fun about this. I was making fun about it on Instagram earlier last night actually, and I said, Nick Lachey is fucking. He has a dating empire. He's obviously one of the executive producers or something like that. He's definitely hosting it, whatever. It's either him or his wife together, or just him. This one is just him. So Nick Lachey is like in every like every other, if not all the damn goddamn, dating shows on Netflix. And he's making huge money for him. So, good on him. Good on Nick Lachey. And that was another one of those nostalgic things where it reminded me of 98 Degrees. He was part of 98 Degrees, one of the lead singers. I think, well, actually, he was the leader of the pack, of the group, of the four-man boy band. And so 98 Degrees, that's, it just reminded me of my favorite song of theirs, which is Give Me Just One Night, Una Noche. And I love the song I Do as well. So it just got me thinking about that. And Perfect Match is, man, it's weird. It's like, man, thank goodness I'm not on these kind of shows. And then you see you try very hard to actually separate the actual reality of things, because even though it's categorized as a reality show, there are producers behind the camera trying to dramatize things, and they edit it. They go into post-production and they edit it, make it look more dramatic, because it's for entertainment purposes. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And it's hard not to sort of make your own, conclusions after your opinions and all that stuff. So it gets a little tricky, right? You don't know what's real or what's fake. And, at the end of the day, I think it's just, you have to be, there is a little bit of, you got to be a little bit of narcissistic to put yourself out there in front of cameras, because I highly doubt any of those characters. I say characters, and I say characters because these individuals, these contestants on these reality shows, they are not their real selves, their actual authentic selves. When there's a camera around, you're not going to be. You're not going to be that vulnerable. You know what I mean? There are certain things that might trigger you, and it might be too much pressure, or just too much to handle, kind of situations, which we have seen, people break down or whatever. But I just don't think it's not consistent. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, I put on because of this or that. And, there's cameras around and things like that. So it's very difficult. But regardless of that, you have to put all that shit aside and be like, okay, you know what? At the end of the day, it's just about being entertained. And this is just entertainment. That's what it is. So I've been watching Perfect Match. So I took the bait, and I'm actually looking forward to the next 4. Because there's a couple of hotties on there, and I want to know how their story ends. You know what I mean? Shout out to Ines. Oh my gosh, she's like this beautiful French girl. I think she's French Arab. You can tell, she's like North African, you know what I mean? Like Algerian, French Algerian, Moroccan maybe, Tunisian, I don't know. But she got that. She got the look, Ines. I didn't do much research on her, but you know what I mean? That's the kind of girl I'd probably go for. I don't know, it's my opinion. It's like, if it was like a real life thing, if I was lucky enough or fortunate enough, I think that's the kind of girl I'd go for, And then there's Francesca, she's super fucking hot and aggressive and just in your face, and I love that. It's attractive as fuck. It's like, I think it's sexy. You know what I mean? Just putting my 2 cents out there. Anyways, besides the point, so Perfect Match. But we will get into real, actual, wonderful artistic content. The Last of Us new episode 6 came out, of course, this past Sunday. And Yo, man, Pedro Pascal deserves a goddamn Emmy award. He put on, I mean, this is talk about an Emmy campaign. This is where it all starts. The Last of Us on HBO. I think this will go down, and this is something that Robert Burnett. I was watching after show on YouTube, and he said it pretty damn well, and I agree with him. I actually do agree with him. He said that this will go down as possibly the best adaptation of anything, like really, on film, right? And this is, of course, an adaptation of a video game, The Last of Us, which makes it even more impressive because Hollywood and video game, that adaptation history is fucking horrible. It's horrid. It's so bad. So that makes this show even more impressive than what it already is. So, and I have to agree. I think it will go down as probably the best adaptation of anything. It's that fucking good, and it's not just hype, man. The hype is, I mean, yeah, you could say the hype is real, and it's legitimate. There's a reason for that. But Pedro Pascal put on a fucking performance in this episode. I hope to. I mean, if you don't get a nomination, god damn, you know what I mean. So please watch The Last of Us if you still haven't. I know a lot of people don't have HBO. It's difficult, but if you can, however you can. I'm looking at the camera right now. Look at my eyes. You know what I'm saying? However you can. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got HBO, you know what I'm saying? You can watch it somehow. Also, which is also just fantastic episode after episode, 1923 on Paramount, man. 1923. We're in the Yellowstone universe. Following the Duttons, the Duttons family. It's goddamn. It's so beautifully done. It's heart wrenching. It'll get you fucking angry. This episode got my blood boiling, and you'll see why. Basically people trying to force their ideology on, indigenous folks, and it's just it runs deep, and it's tough to watch a little bit, but that's what makes it so fucking good. The love story within it, of course. I just love watching those two, Spencer Dutton and Elizabeth. So their love story is just, I love watching them. They're so fucking in love, and it's so believable, which you want something, you know what I mean? When you're watching a film or TV show, you want these characters who, this is, even though it's fiction, a lot of it is, it's like, it could be very much a realistic thing, that people have gone through in the past, in the 20s, right? In Montana or wherever around the world. But yeah, so this is, what a beautiful, beautiful love story to them. And we don't know where it's going to go, but we'll see where it goes. But my recommendation of the week, let's get into that really quick before we wrap things up here, is HBO again. We're going back to HBO. CB Strike, Troubled Blood, right? CB Strike, Troubled Blood. Based on Robert Galbraith's best-selling crime novels, the sharp and suspenseful drama series, CB Strike returns for a much-anticipated third season, picking up on Cornwall war veteran turned private detective Cormoran Strike, played by Tom Burke, fantastic actor, is approached by a woman seeking help locating her mother, Dr. Margot Bamborough, who went missing in 1974. Intrigued by the thought of their first cold case, particularly one nearly 40 years old, Strike and his trusted partner Robin, played by Holliday Grainger, another fantastic actress, agree to take on what becomes a fiendishly complex case. As the pair navigate untrustworthy witnesses, suspects, and even a notorious serial killer, Strike must deal with a devastating family diagnosis, while Robin juggles a messy divorce. Had to correct that. I think it's fantastic. It's a British crime drama. Who doesn't like British television, or just British filmmaking? Period. You know what I mean? So I absolutely loved it. So I love it so far. So far they have seven episodes, I think. Excuse me. Hiccups. Sorry about that. I think 7 episodes, I believe, for this season. So that's my recommendation of the week. Again, it's on HBO. I know, but it's worth it because it's wonderful television. It's British television, and it's on HBO, and it's CB Strike. Which reminds me, I can't wait till Luther drops pretty fucking soon. So Luther fans, holla, what's up, what's going on? Anyways, that will wrap it up for me, guys. Here, that's so check that out. CB Strike, Troubled Blood. There's how many episodes? Again, 7 episodes, I think, for this season. I think so far. I mean, if you go to the website, the HBO website, that's what it has. So check that out. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in and turn my brain off now. And well, after, of course, publishing this episode, and enjoy the next few episodes of Perfect Match, because I will never have a perfect match of my own. So I just lose myself in fantasy La La Land, which is Perfect Match on Netflix. So thank you, Nick Lachey. Thank you very much. Until next week, until the next episode, guys. Until I'm 38 and a week old. Please take care of yourselves. Treat yourselves. Be kind to others. Remember that now. And yeah, just have a great week, man. And I hope the weekend ahead is hopefully a better one than the last one. I don't know for me, because the last one was pretty fucking lit. It was dope as shit. It was fucking amazing. Okay? Until next time, I'll catch y'all later. And thank you for listening and watching, of course, as usual. And thanks for sharing and showing your support. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I will see you later. Please take care. Peace.